Hello, I'm Lindmemy Strobel. Welcome to episode 21 of my Enigmatica 2 series. And I'm here with some friends because I want to show you what I've been doing in the basement. And that sounds pretty wrong, but I've been laying some cables. I made a controller slave and I made some cables to go outside. Outside, bringing energy and bringing materials from my drawers to my new and improved wither killing station. I think this looks better than what I did last time, but that was more quick. This uses the wither builder from Industrial Foregoing, that's it, which is rather simple. You need a machine frame, some plastic skulls and a soul sand, and a star, so you need to have at least one kill to your name. And this will build the wither. It will always build the wither in this area. You can't rotate it, you can't move it, you can't extend it. It's always going to be in that area. But that's fine because I made this squared. It would work in any direction anyway, and you're annoying. Now, the cables that are coming from below are coming up here. And they're going into this tower, but you can't see them because these are transparent facades with a living rock wall block in. Yes, I was going to use the chorus plant blocks, which looks really cool. I think it would look nice as a sort of a giant chorus plant, but I'm afraid that I can't harvest these blocks as they are, even with silk touch. They break. So I went for living rock. Not sure yet. Anyway, this machine collects soul sand. Well, it gets soul sand from my drawer. All I have to do now is give it some skulls. And it will spawn a wither. It will spawn a wither, and my ritual will kill the wither. Now, it's getting day. Of course, that's not ideal. And I still need to fix that. So let's make it night again. And I'm the only one on the server, so I'm not hurting anybody by doing this. If there were other people playing on the server, then I would at least discuss with them, of course. Because, you know, we're all playing together. So, let's drop in a bunch of these skulls. Now, it's not that fast of a wither builder, which is good. I've never had it spawn more than 5 withers. And since I'm the only one on the server again. So, this is the killing rate at night. I wish they would spawn faster, but it's the recharge, the charging that they have to do, that takes a while. So to get more skulls, I reinstated my Witherbees, and I currently have 260 wither nether stars. Now, what I want to do, this is going to be a bit of an odds and ends thing, but eventually I want to make the environmental tier 6 solar array, and that requires tier 6 structure frames. Each of these requires 2 nether stars, and this tier 5 structure frame, which requires 1 nether star. So it's 3 stars per, and I think we need like 57 of these. So I'm gonna need quite a bit of the stars. And let it run for a while. Now, a few other, this is gonna be really an odds and ends kind of episode. I don't have major things planned. I have plans for the future that I will explain in a moment. I have been gathering some resources. We have, how much is this? 4 stacks of blocks of diamond. And, oh yeah, that's another thing I did. If I grab a stack of diamonds, and head back up to Astral Sorcery. I set up some automation here. So last time we set up the chalice, and the chalice supplies liquid starlight to the infuser, so it doesn't have to use the pools here. Now I also added a mechanical user that does activate block with item, and another one that does use item, which has a resonating wand, and then there's vacuum chest. So if I put in a diamond ore, it's going to place a diamond ore, and it's going to collect 4 diamonds. So I've been doing this to get all my diamonds. The wither killing has stopped, and we have 380 nether stars. That's pretty cool. Now, something else I've been doing in the meantime, I think I mentioned this before, is I've been storing my experience into the Tome of Knowledge. So that in case I do die, I don't lose my experience. Unfortunately, it's almost, well, it's not almost full, but it doesn't have much capacity, and I want to improve on that. So what I'm going to make here with some dark steel and a diamond in the book is an enchanter from Ender.io, and then I'm going to make a book and quill. And oh, that's apparently a quest. Kind of have this random corner right here. Now this doesn't require any energy, electricity, etc. So, but it does require a book and quill, and then whatever it is you want to make an enchantment for. So if I look at holding, for example, there's an enchanted book for holding 4, which increases the storage capacity. It's exactly what I need. Now the recipe is a bit weird, because it shows me now the recipe for holding 1, and if I click it again, it's going to show holding 2, holding 4, but this number is not consistent. So I'm not quite sure, and it tells me I need 18 levels, so hello, thank you. Let's see if that works. Chests and lapis, 25 it costs, okay. This is a really nice way to make enchanted books, if you need them. Now the only thing is I don't have a regular anvil. Why do I not have a regular anvil? Don't know. I do now. So put this one here, and we can enchant the book for 4 levels. And you always want to, yeah, I'll be with you in a second. See, now it holds 30,000 experience instead of the 10,000. And you always want to only get the levels that you need, because the higher the amount of levels you have, the more valuable they become. If you look at experience, not as levels, but as points. So, as the 30,000 that I can hold here. So this is really a really nice thing also for other, let's see, do we have recipes? We have recipes. You want to have an XP boost, you want to have protections, sharpness, looting on your tools. You just need some mob heads and everything requires lapis, of course. Silk touch, slime on a lapis, that easy. This should be in vanilla, really, though it would break the game, kinda. Now, meanwhile, my diamond ore has finished processing, and as you can see, not a single source block was taken. I almost forgot there was something else I wanted to have a look at, and basically finishing up Astral Sorcery for now, and that's the perks. You know, remember I attuned myself to Physio, and I managed to get a few perks, and I have 22 points available to expand my perks. Now, where do I want to go? I can go towards swiftness, and in the end to haste. Bigger stomach, like I need one. Spatial manipulation, I don't like step assist. Increased experience, increased perk effects. Some weird English here. More armor, I think I like more armor. And I would also like some more reach, which I think maybe towards here, or is that towards this one? Greed. Oh yeah, this one has more reach, which is nice because then you can break 6 blocks ahead of you instead of 5. Plus you can add additional life. So I think I'm gonna go over here. I might go for the, let's see, this one. Let's see here. 20. Now I can go 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure what gem sockets are, to be honest. We're gonna go here. Increased reach. And still 16 points. What else do we have? Melding. Maximum life. I think I'd like that. Maximum more armor. I think I'd like that as well. What else do we have? Perk experience. Amulets. Added maximum life. That would be nice as well. Melding maximum life. So yeah, you know, I gain, in this case with TCO, I gain experience by walking around, which, you know, I've been doing a lot. Increased mining speed. Nice. And every point you gain, you can spend here on perks. So yeah, not that usually overpowered, but they're fun. Hello? Why can't I go here? Double clicking seems to work better. What do we have here? Increased chain mining, successive change. That's it for now. I've been thinking about what to do next. The previous mods I've been using, so that was Astral Sorcery and Forestry for the bees, they were just there to lead towards wither killing, right? That was my goal, get wither kills so I can upgrade my solar array and maybe make the nanobots. And that's now working. That's basically done. Yeah, my bees are still running here. They're making the wither fragments, right? So I can make more bone chips. So I can make more nanostars. Now, but what's next? What should be the next goal, right? Now, I've been thinking about doing blood magic or Thaumcraft, which are really cool, both of them. And eventually I will do them. I've been thinking about, but not so much embers. Nuclear craft, AE system. I'd like to have an AE system, but maybe, you know, it's a bit overpowered and we should put that up for now for a bit, but not too long. I have an idea though, and that is to get into space with advanced rocketry. And I think this is a good building for most of the advanced rocketry machines. So some of them, like the arc furnace, are somewhat big. So I cleared an area here and I replaced it all with endstone. And we might also make our launch platform over here. But I think space would be cool. And also, I don't know if we have quests for this, but we have mine colonies. And we have ancient warfare. Now, I don't know if you know mine colonies, but basically that's a bunch of NPCs that do farming and mining and crafting and building for you. Ancient warfare is somewhat similar. Is it also based on NPCs, but also based on powers, but it has farms, etc. And I would like to set this up as a colony on the moon, and then also build a space station with things like applied energistics, and we could get into draconic evolution there as well, and maybe Thaumcraft and blood magic. We can do it in space. I think that would be really cool. So, yeah, the next chapter is going to be advanced rocketry. Starting to get into space, we need to craft titanium ingots. And titanium is also an ore, but we won't be able to find that here while we're at the overworld. Luckily, there is a recipe that uses steel, aluminium, and magma. And I should probably get a bit more magma first. I'm here underneath the forestry area, you may recognize. Because if we're gonna do advanced rocketry here, I want to have a bit more of a basement. Now, I I sort of regret the perk I chose, the chained one, because it's become really hard to break just a few blocks. If I want to just go straight through here, right? Hey, you see all the white particles, because it's breaking a lot more than just the one block I wanted to break, which is quite a pain in this case. So I'm regretting my perk. Luckily, oh water. I was reading up about a way to seal perks, and I think with this I can disable the one. Where is it? It's chain mining. So maybe I can disable these. Now I don't know if one of them is gonna be enough for disabling this one. Would also disable the other ones. So we're gonna try that. First I'll need to make some more nocturnal powder, which is quite simple. And then I think if it goes around like this for a perk sealing sigil. Let's see if I now go into here, let's see, this one, right? Oh, perks, how do I do this? Oh, sealing sigil, drag and drop. So this is now sealed, and yeah, it only does one. But because I don't have chain mining, I don't suspect the 50% is gonna make a difference there, right? So let's see. I don't see any more white particles. I think this is good. And I can still use vein miner, of course, but just be careful with that. Well, then maybe, yeah, I think maybe another block wouldn't be bad. So I have some space to work with to put in, you know, conduits and whatnot. I also added a trapdoor right here, if I can get out. And then, yeah, now we can start with advanced rocketry. While we were doing that, I also smelted some aluminum ore. And I got some more steel. I actually didn't have aluminum ingots yet. I'm quite surprised that I didn't. So let's put them all away except for 2 stacks of aluminium, whatever. 2 stacks of steel. We grab a stack of the magma blocks that we harvested. And I think this is how we make titanium. Quest complete. Right here. Now, this quest is actually just for information that, you know, when you need to use coils or motors in your multi-block machines, that the higher tier give your machines a boost. So, for example, if you want to build a cutting machine, and a cutting machine, it's multi-block, it says here, it's gonna need a motor, for example. And actually that's from a different mod, although they're probably working together and working from the same mod maker. This is from Fulbus Library, and you got a simple machine, a motor, which is from iron, I think, or from steel and copper. Then you have an advanced one from gold and steel, enhanced from aluminium and titanium, and the elite from titanium and iridium. This has a speed of 4 to 1.5, and 1. Right? And similar to coils, the gold coil, the copper coil, the higher tier coils have better performance for your machines. Now, the Questbook wants us to make precision assembler, cutting machine, crystallizer, arc furnace, lathe, and rolling machine, and they look really cool. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna need a bunch of machine structures, input hatches, output hatches, fluid, output hatches, machine structure already mentioned, power input plugs. We don't have power out. I think we don't need anything else. We need motors, etc. Now, how do we know what we need though? Well, we got from the quest rewards holo projectors, and we actually have 3, but 1 is enough. We're gonna go for precision assembler. We shift right click the holo projector, and here's the precision assembling machine. Now it's selected. You can drag this up and down. There's no scrolling, it's all dragging. And all of the multi-block machines that we're gonna make, and a lot more probably, are in here. Right, so we've got the precision assembly machine selected. Now if we right click somewhere, it's gonna show us a layer of blocks that we need to place, and it's going to tell us what the blocks are. This can be a power plug or a fluid output hatch. You know, sometimes you can change these blocks around sometimes, but this has to be a motor. This has to be a coil. And if you look at the tooltip now of the projector, it tells you it's set for a precision assembling machine. It tells you it needs 20 machine structures. It needs 2 coils, 2 glass, 2 motors, 7 either machine structure, output hatches, etc. But that's not all this. So if you now scroll up, shift scroll, you go to the next layer. Shift scroll, you go to the next layer. Shift scroll, and you have all layers. This is the entire structure that we need to build. So, right click again. Can I remove you? Yes, I can remove you by right click. Oh, I can't remove you, but I can easily break the blocks, because I don't want to build it up here in the air. But this is really useful because this tells me exactly what I need to get. Now, most of the blocks are quite simple. I need iron plates, which I get 3 iron plates from 3 iron ingots, and later we might make them in the rolling machine. We need, let's see, iron rods. We get 4 iron rods from 2 iron ingots, etc. Motors, plates, steel plates, rods, and coils. What else do we need? We're gonna need circuits for these machines. They'll either use the I/O circuit with lapis, or the control circuit with pulverized copper, the I/O circuit with gold, or a user interface with lime. Steel gears, iron blocks. It's all not super fancy, so I've already collected some fluoro lime powder for my Botania area. I have some gold and copper pulverized. Let's get to crafting. And a lot of prep work later. I have 6 user interfaces, I have 6 item I/O conduits, I have 6 control circuit boards, I have 1 liquid I/O board. Now here's a funny one. Let me get rid of this. If you look at the recipe for steel gear, it's 4 ingots like this. However, there's a conflict with the steel bushing set. Luckily, we have the work table from Forestry, which works perfectly fine in of course this doesn't work anymore because I took out the ingots, but otherwise it would have worked. It did work. You can select recipes. Now we have a bunch of machines to make. I hope I got all the parts. We have a precision assembler. That should be a quest. We have a cutting machine and a crystallizer, a lathe, And a rolling machine. There, look at that. Now for the next part we need, I need some of these blocks. I'm gonna make 6 times 16 heat-proof bricks because I need a bunch for the building itself, and I need one for the electric arc furnace control block. So the only thing that I don't have right now, let's see, because we should have completed all of yes, I had clicked this one, right? Do I need to claim it first? Really? Oh, I need all of these as well. I thought it was just machines. Okay, fine. What's this? An epic denim demonical gargantuan drum. Actually, that's pretty good. Storage things in here. Now, I made the coils. What I haven't made yet are the motors. And the reason is that I want to make the enhanced motor, because if we look at full plus library, we have 4 types of motors, and this is 1 times speed, 1.5, 2 times, and 4. Now, I don't have iridium yet, and I won't be able to get any iridium until I go into space, so I can make the enhanced one. But I need titanium plates and rods. The recipe for plates is casting, which I can do, or a metal former, or in this case a rolling machine from the same mod can take 1 ingot into 1 plate, which is pretty cool. You can also make the small presser that takes 9 to 4. That's really wasteful. I'd rather not do that. And we don't have a pressurizer. So rolling machine is a good way to go. Or in my case, I went for the smeltery, made a plate cast, and just melted some of the ingots. 10. For now, 10. We'll make more later. But the rods, that's a different story. If you look at the recipe again, I can do 3 ingots for 4 titanium rods, which is quite simple. Or I can use a metal press from IE, which I don't have, or a lathe, which is 1 for 2. So basically 3 for 6. Yeah, that's a much better recipe for me than... However, I need to make a lathe. And the lathe, you can probably see here, requires a motor. So I need to make the first one at least manual with this recipe, which I can do. And then I want, because in total I'm going to need 5 motors, I need 10 aluminum coils. That's 80 ingots. Right, like that. We can now make 1. Actually I can make 2, because I got 4 of these. But for the other ones, I'm definitely going to get the lathe set up first. Now, the Questbook wasn't happy because it wants a lot more blocks. And I made the machine structure, which I showed you last time. And using this, we make power input blocks. We make input hatches with a chest, output hatches with a chest on the other side. And I'm going to run out of inventory space here quickly. Fluid input hatch with a bucket, and fluid output hatch with a bucket on the other side. So now all of these... Oh, saw blade assembly. Oh, I forgot about that one. So, saw blade assembly. Oh, and there was something else. Something here, which is quartz crucibles. And those are, oh, fairly simple. We need rods plates. I have those. I need, oh, actually, do I have all that? No, I don't have that many iron rods. Let's see, I think it's just this for a blade, and then this for the assembly. And now I'm really running out of space. Let's see, actually I don't need these for now. I don't need my titanium. I leave it here for now. I don't need a floral lime powder, but that should go to Botania, of course. So now I just need 6 crucibles. 6 times 7 is 42. That's easy, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, no, not 1. Come on, don't be stingy. Stupid drawers. 6. So now all of these quests should be happy. Great. Now let's go sleep and let's set them up. I decided to use the other side of the building for these parts, and the first thing we said we were going to set up a lathe, right? So let's get my photo projector. Magic! Lathe. It's already set up to be the lathe, so we place it here. We're gonna need an output hatch, which I have right here. Machine structure. Problem is I can't see what this is. Another machine structure and an energy input plug. And if I right click the... No, actually, hang on. There should be another. Yeah, I thought so. Input hatch. And the lathe itself. And finally a motor. And it doesn't matter how you place it. It's gonna be fine. And then you just right click the interface and it forms. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make a facade for this conduit. But it should be working. Switch it on. Cool. So now we need a few more machines. Basically all working the same way. And I decided to put the arc furnace outside because it's rather big. Here it is. This big. It's 5 blocks tall, 5 by 5 footprint. So I decided not to place it. Stop it! Not to place it indoors. So I'm gonna put all of... Oh. Sometimes it's quite hard to get rid of any rendering. But that's fine. I'm gonna put all of the machines together the same way that you see me do the lathe, and I'm gonna come back. Oh, I should first show you how this works, right? Input hatch, I'm gonna put in 3 titanium ingots. The lathe is gonna form them. This should really be closed for safety, but okay. They come into the output hatch. Now the lathe looks really cool, and the rolling machine looks really cool. Some of them, oh yeah. So the precision assembly, they do look really cool, but not all of the parts of it. So in this case, everything is customized. But for some of the machines, you're actually gonna see the original input hatches, etc. And also, apparently, I'm making ores as one of my perks from Astral Sorcery. And has all of them set up in quite a rather compact area, but I can still walk between the machines. And now it's just a matter of right clicking the control block to enable it. This one should be here. Look how fancy that is. But it's just a shame that these blocks, these hatches, still look like the original hatches. I think that's a missed. This one, the rolling machine, just be careful that you have to make sure it's facing this direction. And I've hooked up a sink to that tank. I can get in here. So this should get fluid. Oh, of course not. You have to be blue on insert. And now you get water. And all of these should of course be insert. The crystallizer finally, also really nice, but you know, I think I'm gonna fix that. I used actually I used aluminium coils for all of these machines. If you look at the coils, the highest is iridium, which we can't get yet. Then there's aluminium, titanium. If aluminium is higher, I should not make titanium. The last three are for the electric arc furnace, which is otherwise complete. It has a solid 2 layers and then it's hollow. And I should see if I can get the machine back again here. Although it's going to be pain because I need to have that center block selected, so I'll just do it here for now. Now these can be either heat-proof bricks or input and output hatches, so I put one output, one input hatch, everything else heat-proof bricks. You can see this layer is hollow, and then we have the 3 coils in the corner, and on top of that we have the input blocks. So, come on, land. 3 coils, 3 input blocks, and I'm gonna put a energy cell here with power. Because this needs quite, I think needs quite a lot of power, and also it's quite a slow machine. So I just rather give it its own energy cell. And give each of them their own side from the energy cell as well. Yes. So now we just click the interface. And I think it formed, doesn't show it. Doesn't show it. Why doesn't it show it? Pretty sure that that's the right order. Yeah, because this is looking at the back. And here in the front is the arc furnace block. So, not sure. I get the input-output hatches. So let's just see. I think silicon is one of the things we make in the arc furnace. Right? From sand. 32 sand into the input hatch. You're switched on. Okay, it is working. This is rather fast actually. So with the aluminium coils, this is not bad. I cleaned this area up a little bit. I put in facades over here as well. And I covered these panels up with a chisel and bits of Futura. I think it looks a bit better. I want to keep access to the hatches and to the UI, of course, so I had to put some holes in them, but yeah, not too bad. I might actually close some of them again on the sides, although I will need the fluid hatches access, etc. And I can still access them. That's quite nice. So, we did advanced rocketry. And yeah, actually I'm quite happy with this episode, although from the start I thought didn't know quite where to go. Forward, we're gonna go to space. I'm working on a design for a space station, and I want to set up a colony, like I said. So yeah, we need to look into that. We need to look into getting a rocket, oxygen, gravity controllers. This is all part for rocketry. We need to get a spacesuit. But I need to look into, and of course we need to create a rocket and a launch pad. which I wouldn't have expected to be here as well, but it may not be. Oh, there's an assembling machine. Oh, sorry, there it is. Okay. Building a rocket. Okay, so it's here. And of course we need fuel. And I don't know if we need nuclear craft for the fuel, for example. I recall that was a good way to do oxygen or fuel with nuclear craft. Maybe we don't need it just yet, but we'll see what we set up in the space station once we get there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please click the like button. If you have any questions or feedback, put them in the comment section. And check out FTOG.net and see if you can join the Discord and play one of our servers. That would be really good. So thanks again. Take care. Bye bye.